Hi there everyone, hope you're all well and welcome back to the YouTube channel. So I'm just going to break down what my thought process was regarding getting into this position on gold at the release of NFP. So initially what I will do is just go over the economic calendar for today, show you my thought process behind why I got into this trade, and then also the entry, etc. So NFP itself, the prediction was that the reading was going to be 170,000. This obviously is better than the previous, so all we was looking to do is look at the actual. If it was better than 170, that would be good for the dollar, and if it was less than 170, it would be deemed as negative. Now, 187 is still relatively close, but overall NFP does have a large effect on the market. So what I will do, I will just get up to the chart now, and I will rewind to the 1 o'clock candle when I was initially looking at this trade. So this is the point before the NFP release. I had no pending set or anything like that. The only thing I noticed is that here was a high point with potential liquidity and a low point being here with this liquidity here. Now, if the reading was worse than expected, I would be expecting gold to push up. Now, usually it doesn't happen just like that. What you'll tend to find is price would push down first, take out all the sell stops, etc. here before pushing that way. So my thought process with this position here was that if we go to the 4-hour chart, if we look to the left-hand side, I was basically just seeing where might price go after breaking these highs here. So if the overall bias is down on gold, where potentially might it go? It might go to this high here. So this high was an area of interest, because what you will tend to find with gold is that it likes to retest structure. As you can see here, a nice break retest, and break retests happen all the time on gold, and also structural retests with the highs and the lows. Okay, so I was expecting price to push into this area here before pushing down. Okay, if we also move this zone at the top left, we can see that we also had a touch here, a touch here, a touch here, and if you watch my previous video, I break down how to identify these key levels within the market. Okay, so this was an area of interest. As you can see here, this was my zone. So what I'll do for now is just get rid of these areas here, and we will assess the situation. So if we go into the 1 minute time frame, this is what I initially saw with obviously the gold on news release. So if we go back to where price currently was, the news release was obviously at 1:30. So let me just fast forward here. You can see this is the news release. So price came up into this area that I was interested in, rejected it, started pulling back, and then all I did was, once price broke these 1 minute lows, and this was aggressive, once price broke these lows, I looked for the retest of here, and then this is where I entered into the position. So I entered in and around here. I had a 50 pip stop loss, and if we go back to the 4-hour, you can see this is kind of how the position looked. Okay, and then as you can now see, price then started pushing down, and this is where we're at now. So I am currently in this trade just for the evidence of, you know, the TP and that side of it. You can see if I go here, if I get the deal map up, you can see that line there is in and around where I took the position. So if we look, we got in here, we're still in this position now with a runner, and what my plan is with this runner is to roll that into the break and retest of this area. So what I am now able to do is, because I'm still in this sell, I can risk the profits on the sell as it comes down into here, and then look to take a risk-free buy, meaning if the trade loses, I can just close the sell and it will cover the risk of the buy. Or on the flip side, if it wins, then I'm still in the sell and I'm still in the buy. So I've partialed just under 1% from the sell, and then I'm going to have it running as well. If this area is hit, I'm going to be able to risk 1% on the trade risk-free. So I've already banked 1%, and then when it comes to the counter trend, I can risk another 1% risk-free. So if it wins, then obviously we're in a good spot. So that's basically what I wanted to break down in this video. If you look, all it was is news comes out, we have a point of structure which price is currently trading in. Price will then break out of that structure, because if price wants to go down, it needs to get the liquidity to push up, then down. And then what you can do, you can look to find your entry patterns or whatever it may be. You could even have set a pending on this area if you really wanted, but it was a bit aggressive. I did originally, if I'm honest, have a pending up at that high, but obviously that missed. And then I saw the 1 minute structure change and entered the position. So that's just how I approach NFP, guys. Look for breaks of structure to one side, and then obviously expect it to go in the direction of the news. And that's currently where we are at now. So we'll see if this trade triggers in the future. Even if this isn't news related, this area does look good for buys. So obviously if you are just watching this video before next week, just have a look and obviously see what's what. But yeah, guys, that's it for this video here. I hope you've learned something in and around how to trade NFP, and I will see you on the next video on Thursday.